need for all that. Welcome back, guys. We were playing Portal earlier, and now we're back. We've got videos. So, Alyx Reacts was going to be a thing where every month or so, people could send me videos to react to, and I'd react to them. I ended up completely forgetting about it. And I think I did like 1 or 2 Alyx React streams, and either I didn't get enough submissions for me to like do a whole stream about it, or the stuff people sent in was just like their weird like fixation. I don't know. It's been a while. That's what I remember, but I don't know. But there's a couple videos you guys have sent in that I will be watching, and okay. Sorry. I'll be watching. So if you guys want me to react to anything, send them in the Discord and I will pull them up and react to them today. Can't promise I'll sit through the whole video, alright? I can't promise it. But yeah, and I can't promise I'll get to everyone's videos, but I figured, you know, we'll do a little Alyx React stream, and if I watch all of them and we run out, then I also have my very first stream that I ever did. I found the link to the VOD, so that is also something that I think we're gonna do tonight. I've reacted to my first stream, I think twice on stream. So if you've already seen it, I'm sorry, but it is kind of like comedy gold to see like baby streamer Alyx. I was like so nervous, and I was like, hey everybody, my name is Gigi, and I'm a... It was so silly. But yeah, I'm gonna start with, let me get this pulled up. Oh, also, I completely, because I was talking about it during Portal, I was like, you know what, I have this idea, why don't I just fucking do it? So I wiped my, my first iPhone, not my first iPhone, but you know, my old iPhone, I wiped it, and now it is my business phone. It's just got VTube Studio. That's all it has. And then, so I can actually use my actual phone during streams if I need to look something up, or a big issue I have is when I get a text message or a call, I have to like, I can't see it because streaming mode on VTube Studio makes your phone really dark. So now I have my regular phone and I have my streaming phone, and yeah, I think that it was a good decision. So the first Alyx Reacts video, submitted by, I don't know how to fucking say her name, Tofeva. Forever. Because we were talking about the Shia LaBeouf thing. I don't remember why we were talking about the Shia LaBeouf thing. They sent it in, first 7 are the meat of the situation. The rest is skippable. Well, we might just skip most of it. But we'll watch this first one at least, because I do like Internet Historian. Let me get my desktop audio up.
Shia LaBeouf is an artist.
Indeed.
Welcome to his museum. He brought you such works as watching all of his movies in a theater.
The only thing, first of all, going into this, the only thing I know about Shia LaBeouf is that he's a cannibal. Is that he, like, I don't know the context of this. I don't know why they sent this to me, because I remember talking about something, maybe I was talking about 4chan, and then they mentioned something about Shia LaBeouf, and I was like, what? So, I don't know. But the only thing I know about Shia LaBeouf is that he was in a music video with Maddie Ziegler from Dance Moms, and also he, like, ate human meat at some point. That's the only thing I know about Shia LaBeouf. That's it.
Back to back. And wearing a paper bag.
Oh. Oh, yeah, and that.
But now he's ready to unveil his magnum opus.
He will not divide us!
He won't divide us.
Their message from Astoria, Queens, broadcast for the world to see. Camera feed will be up 24 hours a day.
Shia LaBeouf won't divide us? Why is he dividing us?
The media called it a triumph, the first great art of the Trump era.
Will not divide us. He will not divide us.
Girl, why are you
But
crying?
unfortunately for Shia, Paul appreciates art too. and they wanted to express
I
themselves
was
on
talking about
camera
4chan.
as well.
No, because I was talking about, I have recently gone on 4chan for the first time, and I'm terrified. All right, I don't ever want to step foot back on that site because I have seen some weird shit, and also there's like videos that compile like crazy shit that goes on 4chan, because I'm not a regular user. I'm not gonna go on 4chan like, I wonder what people are saying about this recent event. Like, 4chan is where you go when you want to feel like a better person. So I'm not a regular user of 4chan, right? Maybe I'll be on Reddit every once in a while, okay? If I'm looking up some really obscure question, some random Redditor from 7 years ago always got my back, alright? But, yeah, I guess that's what we were talking about. I, mentioned 4chan, and then they were like, oh, have you seen the thing with Shia LaBeouf? I was like, no.
But you're so supreme. Oh, I give my life, not for honor, but for you.
I'm so confused. I'm very confused. Shaq? Shaquille O'Neal? It's not the chicken tendies out of her hand.
Paul had one goal in mind: to take over the exhibit and trigger Shia.
Okay, so we're trying to trigger Shia LaBeouf. This audio is awful.
By day 2, Shia is getting sick of hearing about Pepe.
I don't care that it's 2024. I fucking love Pepe. I really don't care. I will use the Peepo and Pepe like nobody's fucking business. I don't care if it's like old and dead. Oh, speaking of dead, rest in peace, Doge Dog. Rest in peace. I've not used the Doge meme since like 2017, but like, rest in peace, Doge Dog. And if you are involved with Dogecoin, I would advise you to seek professional help. Crypto bros. There is salvation in therapy.
Pizzagate is real.
Pizzagate.
Shia LaBeouf is a rich white liberal who doesn't care about the working class.
What is this? Okay, what is this camera setup? So this, I guess this is like, is this like a social experiment? Like the portal? Have you guys seen that? The portal from Dublin to New York City, and they took it down because some lady flashed her tits. It was I think it was an American lady flashed her tits at the people in Ireland, but then the Irish people showed a picture of 9/11, which, first of all, that's fucked up, Irish people. Oh, what happened to my model? Irish people, how dare you? But yeah, I think America and Ireland were probably the worst countries to do that portal thing with. I think there were many other countries that would have been a lot more respectful, and it would have been a lot cooler than New York City and Dublin. Specifically. Why? Like, New York City and Dublin is crazy. Rest in peace, portal. Oh, okay, that's kind of a bad.
6 hours later.
You will not divide us. Who's that little speaker? Whose speaker is that?
Paul learned that Shia was particularly triggered by Nazi role-playing.
Oh my god.
So it became a game to make Nazi references while he was on camera.
What the? Well, I was gonna say, that's, obviously that's really fucked up. But it is 4chan. I kind of had to remind myself of that for a second. It is 4chan. I'm kind of glad that I can see this crazy content now before I can't watch this kind of shit anymore. What the fuck is happening? Guys, please don't roleplay that.
What's up? Bang bang. Hitler did nothing wrong.
In a rage, he sexually assaulted some dude.
What? Ew, ew, what is happening?
Then Sam Hyde showed up.
Who is that?
Names will not divide us. Names will not divide us. All right, Messiah, you're not a real artist, man.
I'm so confused. What is
I
happening?
just want to red pill Shia on the truth about the Holocaust.
Yo, be careful. Be nice out here. Hey, be nice out here. You're surrounded now.
But it all came tumbling down. Off camera, because of a misunderstanding, he assaulted one of his own supporters. The police caught the event, and he was arrested.
Shia LaBeouf? Or the dude, the 4chaner?
He was deported back to Los Angeles the next day.
Deported.
Soon after, they also had to put up a fence. A wall, if you will, and now only 5 people at a time can come in, and they are very well vetted. But credit where it's due. Although this was not good art, Shia had created one of the most fascinating things to watch on the internet.
I think I kind of get it.
And here are a few of the best featured characters. The Milky Bar Pimp.
You know that's hate speech. Milk is a symbol of something? Yes, towards black people. Subliminal racist type of things they do.
What?
They try to say that, like, black people are lactose intolerant. Like, just purposely drink milk outside very obnoxiously. How'd you get my phone number? How'd you get my phone number? I haven't given out my phone number. Did you hear that? At the end, he said Hitler did nothing wrong. There's so many racist people calling me right now.
AIDS.
Damn, what is going on? I wonder. I don't know how to explain this right now. I mean, if it's TOS for YouTube, it should be TOS for Twitch. So I think I get the gist, right? Okay, so in my little Alyx brain, this is what happened. This is what's happening, right? Shia LaBeouf made like an art thing, which is just like a camera outside that people can like talk on, I guess. And it was like, I don't know if it was a live stream or what. And people started saying some crazy shit to try to trigger Shia LaBeouf. I think that's what's happening. Anyways, that was lovely. I would like some more context on that, but I don't think he's here. So, the next video is 6 military personnel versus 1 fake. Let's watch this one. Sent in by visitor. Oh my goodness gracious. YouTube ads. I can't. Like, I installed a new ad blocker and everything. And now it's just playing the ads and it's not playing the audio with the ads. It's like, if you're gonna play the ads, at least make it entertaining. And get this millennial family out of here. This ugly ass furry dog. Get him out. I don't want to see these millennials anymore. Get it out of here. Oh my god. You know what's better than to look at than ads? Me. This art was so cool, guys. I could just get some art like loaded on standby so that every time there's an ad I can just go through with like an art gallery and be like, guys, look at this art I got. I should do that. I'm not gonna say someone remind me because no one's gonna remind me, but I do want to get make a like a Google Slides of like every single piece of art I've gotten commissioned as GG and Alyx, you know, my past 2 years of streaming, and then have like a little slideshow of them. I know some people might not like care, but just to like appreciate, because one of the things I love the most about this whole journey is the artists involved, and it's, I don't know, I commissioned a lot of like smaller artists, more independent artists, rather than like, I know there's like studios out there that do stuff, and like nothing wrong with that, but I definitely liked finding people that were just trying to get started and like maybe didn't have the most examples, and I was like, hey, this is my character, do whatever you want, bye, you know. Like, I don't care what the fuck that art looks like. And Skeb, obviously, love Skeb. Anyways, 6 military personnel versus 1 fake. Now this is gonna be interesting. Visitor, I'm not sure if you know this, I mentioned it a couple times, but I'm part of a military family. My dad and now 2 of my siblings are in the military, and me personally, I very much respect service people, but I'm kind of sick of it. Because it's everywhere in my life. So, I'm gonna see if I can guess. because I probably will be able to guess. No, everyone in my family, if you have like everyone in your family is in the military like I am, it's so Alyx, what are you joining? Like my little sister's at like a very like prestigious like military university, and everyone's like, "So Alyx, when are you applying?" I'm like, "I go to art school."
I'm in the military.
I was in the military.
I'm in the military.
I was 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 in the
I think she's not lying. Okay, just from appearances alone. Oh, you guys can't even see it. I thought I turned it on. Whatever. Just from appearances. Oh, because I think I pressed space. From appearances alone. I guess you guys. Hold on. Maybe. Let me move the chat real quick. I have too many things on my OBS. I think the top row has been in the military. Now the guy could be wearing a Marine shirt just to show off, or just to like to like throw people off. But if there's anything I know about Marines, I don't have any direct family members that were in the Marines, but I have like a close family friend who's in the Marines, and I fucking hate him. I'm sorry. So that they wear that shit like a badge of honor, which, like, you know, fair. You know, if you serve the time, good for you. But oh my god, everything has to be Marines. Everything has to be Marines. The entire wardrobe is Marines. So you know what? I'm not gonna say just because he has a Marine shirt on that he was not in the Marines, because he very well may have been. The two guys down here, I don't know why it's not showing my cursor. I don't know. Can you guys see that? I don't know. The two guys in the middle and the bottom row are dressed very similar, and like the little undershirts or whatever. Many a time my dad would come home from work when I was younger, and he would come home in one of those. I will say the guy in the green on the right with the glasses looks more to me like he was in the military than the guy in the left in the green. And then the other two could definitely be wild cards. I think what I'm looking for is, you guys can't see really well. Let me zoom out a little bit. This guy where I am is the obvious wasn't in the military because of the facial hair, I think. It's not bad, and you can have facial hair in the military, but it's the most, it's the least kept up to me. I've never seen anyone in the military with facial hair like that, but he said he was in the military. Yeah. I wouldn't put it past him. It depends on how old he is. If they ask how old you are, I wouldn't put it past him, maybe. I think this guy here, definitely was military. And then this guy, the Joji looking guy, could have been. I don't know. I don't want to immediately be like, you were never in the military. But I think the top row, I'm pretty, secure in them all being in the military.
I'm Trevor. I'm a Marine Corps vet and got out as a Lance Corporal.
I will say I do not know my ranks. Do not know my ranks at all. I know, private. my family. But,
I'm Trevor. I'm a Marine Corps vet and got out as a Lance Corporal.
And, listen. I don't mean to shut on the Marines, alright? Good for you if you're Marines, but I will say, from my experience and what I've heard from my military family, the Marines are crayon eaters. They might not be the most masculine, and obviously the Navy's the least masculine. Alright, if we're going off stereotypes. But they may not be, as, strict and, well-rounded as, Army, you know? Air Force?
I'm Dane, I'm 26, and I got out as a HM3. I was in the Navy for 7 years.
Navy,
I was
okay.
just looking at people's position of attention, their feet at 45-degree angle and everything.
I'm Yvette. You do not need to know how old I am, but I did 8 years in the Army.
I believe her.
My name's Elliot, and I served in the U.S. Marine Corps.
Somehow that makes me believe it more. The Marines are standing the weirdest, I think.
My name's Max, and I'm an Army vet.
Max really stuck out. He was kind of dragging his feet and everything. A lot of military.
I think Max would be the obvious choice, though. I think with these, they're the obvious choice. You gotta have to, like, watch out. Trevor's the fake. I wouldn't be surprised. And for me, it's the facial hair. And it's like, he says he was, so maybe he's just growing it out weird. Like, the guys in my family that have been in the military all have a very close shave. And there's, like, a certain way. There's, like, a handbook of how you have to shave your face. And even after getting out of the military, my dad and my grandfather shave their face all the way, if not very close. And if they're gonna have a mustache, then it's just like the top. It's not on the sides, you know?
Military guys, like, don't drag their feet when they walk.
Or full beard, yeah.
I'm Brandon, active duty, United States Space Force.
Oh, Space Force. I believe him. I believe him.
I'm Susie. I'm in the Army Reserves, and I'm a sergeant.
I believe her.
Space.
Yeah.
Space.
I've never even heard of that.
Brand new.
Were you in the Air
He looks like he
Force
has a
when you
headphone
were, like,
dent.
Space Force.
So I was in
okay.
training. I was doing ROTC to be in the Air Force, and then 2019 is when
I was
they
gonna say,
created-
if it's this recent and he looks like he has years of experience, I would have said, like, he was in a different branch and then they scouted him, recruited him for the Space Force.
Space Force.
Yeah.
You're in the Space Force, like what?
So I already saw that it was gonna bring attention to me being in the Space
Doesn't
Force.
it look
We
like
don't
he has
know
a headphone dent?
about it, so he's probably using that as his
The way his
cover,
head
so
shape?
he can make up whatever story that he
Space
wants.
Force steals from
Are you
Air Force a
stationed
lot.
here?
Yeah, where else are they supposed to steal from?
Where were you stationed in?
Los Angeles
Colorado.
Space Force base. Yeah,
Oh, that's
but we have a base in Colorado too.
The branches I'm the most familiar with, because my whole family are in these branches, are Army and Air Force. I have a lot of military family. They're all either Army or Air Force, and I know one, like, close family friend who I fucking hate, who's Marines. So, was Marines, okay? Was Marines. Got dishonorably discharged, you know, so.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys are unicorns. Like, you're literally the only one I've ever met. Yeah. No offense to anyone in the Space Force, but no one knows anything about them.
But, like, your dog tags outside of your shirt not bothering you, like, that bothers me.
Yeah. No,
First
that's a
person
good
I was
point. That's a good
suspicious
point.
of was Trevor.
I never, like, wear these things. They just, like, wanted me to kind of wear something marine-ish for the video, so.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
All right.
People who were in the military, you never wear a dog tag. That's like
Yeah.
cringy.
No,
know,
my
dog
my
tags
little
are-
sister, she's like, I hate my dog tags. She hates them.
Like boot camp.
Yeah.
Who goes to the VA?
I haven't.
I do.
Like,
Yeah,
I've gotten
okay.
my QTC done and, like, done my appointments, but
I think Trevor could be like an obvious one. Also, this guy got crazy pit stains. I feel bad for him. Trevor could be like me, where he has a lot of military direct family, siblings, parents, and he knows a lot about it, but I don't know if he actually served, you know?
I'm still waiting on the
Coin check?
rating.
Yeah, no, if you just quiz all of them on, like, things that you literally only know in the military, like, my dad quizzes my sister all the time, because my dad served in the military for 20 years, and my little sister just got into the Army, and it's like... or, like, do a cadence. No, that's what they should do, is they should do a cadence and see who can keep up with it.
Okay. Which VA, what facility do you go to?
West LA.
Loma Linda.
Okay.
But just because you go to the VA doesn't mean you serve, because I go to the VA. And I just use my dad's benefits.
No, I don't.
You don't? Okay.
Oh, I do.
Okay.
Long Beach.
Okay.
Why don't you go?
Right.
Are you still in?
No, I'm a veteran.
Where'd you go to boot camp?
Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri.
Where are you stationed?
Oh, Camp Zama, Japan. That was my first and only duty station.
Where
Yeah.
is that in Japan?
It's like an hour away from Tokyo. It's near Atsugi base, which is a Navy base, like an Air Force base.
I believe him.
And then Camp Zama is like right next to it.
And what was your MOS?
MLS is 68 Sierra. Preventative medicine specialist.
Oh, I 1,000% believe him. Though, and like the quickness of his answers, there's no thinking. right? I believe him 100%. He looks like the obvious choice, but like if he got into military at like 18, 19, and then he did a couple years and he decided to leave, I can totally see that. Right now, Trevor looks the most obvious to me.
Every time I wear them, like I am always wanting to just tuck them because they're not like supposed to be worn out.
Yeah. It might be the big burly Marine guy though.
He stepped up and introduced himself. He just said Army veteran. He didn't say anything about like his rank or anything like that.
Didn't know a damn thing about the Department of Veterans Affairs.
I believe Max. I'm not gonna lie.
Anybody from the Space Force?
Sorry, bro.
Yeah.
All good, all good.
I believe him.
I can't believe I just got voted out. Honestly, like, just because, like, I didn't get VA, that's the only
He's young for VA.
Kind of kicked me out, which is kind of like, I wouldn't say dumb, but
If he's like not
kinda
in
sucks.
school, there's not a ton you need to go to the VA for, I think, at his age. I could be wrong. You know, I don't know everything that actual like vets get. I mostly just know like what I get as a dependent, but
Space Force like now, you're current now, but you have a beard. Like, what is that all about?
No shaving profile.
Yeah, no shave shit.
yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, what? And yeah, you have to see like get a doctor's note if you are gonna grow your facial hair out.
Still active duty, so
This shaving profile though,
it's 85362903.
I know what the reg is.
I'm just telling you, I'll bring it up.
I think that's valid though. I think for him it's valid because he is Space Force and that's like way different. Like Space Force isn't gonna really be out in the field, you know, because what's the fucking field? You know, space. I think that and a lot of guys do get that like doctor's note or whatever.
My command's been on me about that. You got a beard?
Apparently.
In all of my years, I wasn't able to get his shaving profile. I'm like, I don't know.
This beard is the evidence that Space Force isn't a thing. So I kind of wanted him to talk more about it.
Wait, you're an officer?
Los Angeles, yeah. Los Angeles Space Force.
He's an officer? Yeah. No, he could get that doctor's note.
Yeah. You're a sergeant?
He could get that if he's an officer.
When did you get promoted to sergeant?
I got promoted back in November of last year.
You look really young to be a sergeant.
I'm 25.
Wow.
You can be a sergeant at 25.
He asked me, you know, like, how old am I? Like, because I look young. That's when I was like, oh, look, I need to start answering questions.
There's like different like ranks within the sergeant or whatever.
Reserves.
What do you do in the reserves?
So I'm in 88 November. I'm a transportation management coordinator. So basically, my unit, we're a small detachment. And so what we do is we go out to like the seaports and basically like there's vessels with military equipment. We basically like offload them or upload them and then kind of like send them where they need to be.
For
I think she also seems kind of sus because she's reserves and National Guard, which are like kind of different than, you know, active duty army or whatever. But any one of these people could be like a military contractor or like a government contractor or anything like that instead of being like, you know, in the military enlisted, you know?
Marines, what unit were you guys in?
3-5 and Weapons and Field Training Battalion, Edson Range.
Yeah.
What company were you with?
HNS with 2-4 and then Bravo with 1-5.
Okay, I knew some guys in Joker 2-4.
Okay, yeah, Joker, yeah.
I see.
What's this? Right?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
I don't know nothing about no Marines. I don't know if you guys are tracking.
Quiet. There's no Marine stuff
I
over
feel
here.
like with that,
And you're super quiet, right?
to have the big Marine guy with the shirt and everything. So I was like, it would be too obvious. No.
Where did you serve?
I was in first, and then I went to 8th and 9. I was Yankee White, and then I was in 0311 with 1-5.
With 1-5? What company?
Bravo, and then HNS. I went to Ramadi in 05.
Oh, yeah.
This is all gibberish to me. I don't know shit about the Marines.
The only other person that stood out to me was Dane. He said he was in the Navy, but I noticed that the logo on his shirt was actually a Marine Corps unit.
What's the mission?
Whoa, that's actually a good observation. I don't know shit about the Navy or Marine Corps.
Marine Corps Rifle Squad.
To close with the enemy, to close with and destroy the enemy.
Locate, close with, and destroy the enemy by fire and maneuver, repel enemy assault by fire and close.
He said he was Navy, though. He said it was Navy. Yo, is it him?
Combat.
I was gonna say, because I think it's like a power move, like trying to wear, like, you know, what you think military people would wear. I'd probably wear something like that.
I didn't know that. Yeah, he's a vet. Yeah, right, for sure. I had that hazed into me by my seniors, so, you know, I learned it pretty quick.
And when did you ETS?
2007.
Yeah.
It's ETA, but...
EAS.
Well, Army, it's ETS.
Oh, is it different for them?
for every branch.
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
Is that estimated time of arrival?
ETS for the Army.
ETS for the Army, yeah.
Expiration of term of service.
A vet was kind of next in line to be voted off. Maybe it was just because it had been a while and she had forgotten, like, some little aspects of the military.
What?
So
Yvette? She's the most solidified for me. She definitely gives me military vibes. It's just her vibes.
You guys join?
College, I wasn't really that passionate about many career fields or anything like that. But one thing that I did find passion in was camaraderie and a bunch of people unifying together towards one goal.
I joined because, do you remember that Marine Corps commercial with the guy on the bridge slaying the dragon that's made out of fire from like back in the 90s?
What is that? That's crazy.
I don't remember that. That sounds like a good commercial.
The Marine Corps has the best propaganda out of every branch, dude.
Trevor?
Oh, man.
They do work too closely together. But
I joined the reserves first. Right?
Trevor might have actually been in for a little bit. He might just be a little quirky. But that is some red flags. Also, we saw the pit sweat, right? He was sweating.
Reservist. Yeah, so I got into, I reclassified and did intel.
So I joined in 2016. I think it was a combination of like patriotism and just also the benefits were very attractive to me, like a route to pay for school. I come from a military family. My sister was in the Air Force.
There it is. There it is. There it is.
My reasoning.
Because if I studied enough, I would have. I think no, I don't look military enough. It's really funny because like when you put me and my siblings together, like all of them are like so proper and like well put together, and I'm over there. remember I'm mixed, right? And naturally I'm a little bit lighter than my siblings, but next to my siblings I literally look sick. Like, my skin tone looks so sick because they're always outside and I'm not. It's just like, it's so funny. It's like, find the one that's not in the military.
I went to college right after high school. I would have just, like, been a dumbass and dropped out within a semester. Might as well be a badass, become a Marine infantryman, and...
don't call yourself a badass wearing a pink polo shirt and a dog tag outside the shirt.
In 2017, and I did a semester of college, and then, like, this recruiter like came up to me and was like, hey, like, do you want to join the Army? Like, I feel like you would be a good fit.
Maybe she's been lying this whole time. He didn't tell you about basic training?
Oh, yeah, he told me about basic
training.
Okay. Yeah, no.
Okay.
No, yeah, I went to basic training in AIT and then, like, came back and then I was like, okay, cool. I could, like, go to college.
I think I'm most suspicious right now. What's he doing?
Back and then I was like, okay, cool. I could, like, go to college.
I'm suspicious of him because of the Navy thing that he said. And I think because he said that, I think he's solid. I think these three are definitely solid. Suspicious of him, but he did know his shit. And because he's from a military family, I think he's the most likely to be the mole. But she could have also been a contractor. Like, I would not be surprised if... Because her job, I don't think has to be done by actual, like, enlisted service people. Like, I think she could do the job as a contractor. And I think that'd be like a really interesting way to, like, you know, sneak a mole.
Do you think you know who the mole is? Make sure that you like and subscribe.
Brother, what is that for?
See more.
It's gotta be the beard. I get that he has a no-shave chip, but still, out of everyone, like, that just kind of makes me suspicious.
I think Space Force is different enough that they might just let him, you know?
So Yvette was a little suspicious of me, so I was thinking maybe if I vote her out, then I can clear the
who else was gonna vote for her? Nobody's voting for her. She's like the most solid here. She would kick your ass.
Space Force.
I get it though.
This isn't real.
My whole family, they're like, Space Force.
And it was pretty much a bunch of Marines, so they had their little powwow, and that's cool and all, but you gotta put respect on the Space Force because without us, good luck.
What do you mean? I don't even know why we have a Space Force, but you know, more jobs. That's good.
If everyone feels confident that you already caught the mole, you can end the game now.
No, I think the mole's still there.
If the majority has doubt, the game will continue. So please raise your hand if you want to continue the game.
Look at his posture. What is that, brother? You didn't get that being in you in the military?
We got him.
Confident group. All right, look at that.
No, look at his face. He's the mole. Dude in the green shirt. Definitely the mole.
Out and you win. If the lights turn red, you didn't vote the mole out and you lose.
If we did, we'll be pissed.
Ready? 3, 2.
No way. Who was it?
1, 2, 3.
That's okay.
I'm a military dependent. My dad served 20 years in the U.S. Navy. He retired in 2008.
I was gonna say.
I was born and raised all on military bases, whether that's from like Hawaii, California, Japan, just back and forth military bases.
That makes sense.
A real base in Japan.
Yeah.
I'm a dependent. Yeah. All my homies are in the Army. All my homies are in the Navy, Air Force, all the branches.
There isn't one type.
That's crazy that they like immediately knew.
The Marine Corps, the Army.
If you
yeah, I'm no longer military brat. I will say I didn't live that like the Army brat life because my dad decided he didn't want us to like move around a whole lot because you know you can get really fucked up by that if you're kids really need stability, right? So my dad actually went National Guard and became a recruiter. So I was raised in the same place my whole life. I was born on an Army base across the country. So were my siblings. And then we moved to where we are now. And we've been there ever since. I think that's a really responsible decision. I really admire that. Okay. The next video. Chicken nuggets save your life. Kindergarten, the game theory. This is a lot of videos. Okay, I'll go back and do that one if I have time and or get bored. I want to watch this Do All Killers Think the Same? I love these, like, they call them social experiments, but it's really just like, oh, come on.
I did immediately regret it in a sense where I called my mom and I apologized to her and I said,
this is Do All Killers Think the Same? I love these videos where it's like, it's a social experiment. You know it's not a social experiment. You know you're just bringing people on to get the clickbait and the views, okay? Are you paying any of these people? Maybe they have like a slice of pizza and like an orange juice or something. I don't know.
I'm so sorry.
I don't remember half my homes. Oh, that sucks. Like, I'm really worried that my siblings' kids are gonna end up like that. I've mentioned a couple times my brother's kids were born in Japan when he was stationed there, but then now they live in Florida. I mean, it's not gonna like dox me to say where they live or whatever. And he's already like having to move out again, and the kids are ages like, you know, newborn to 4 now. So it's like, it's a lot of moving. It's a lot of, you know, the kids are bilingual too, but it's like when you're going back and forth, it can be really confusing, you know? We see the third vid of the Shia one. I can go back. I can go back. We're gonna watch Do All Killers Think the Same? Submitted by Visitor.
Your husband. But then there was also the
she killed her
sense
husband?
Of like, oh my gosh, I don't have to keep looking over my shoulders anymore. I don't have to live in this fear that
where's Gypsy Rose? Can we get Gypsy Rose in here?
Because it already happened.
No, remember when Gypsy Rose Blanchard was like first released and everyone was like, oh my god, girl, you're so iconic, we love you. And then now everyone thinks she's like the most cringe person ever. Because like, she's been, you know, her life has been crazy. and obviously she's not going to be like a normal, well-adjusted human, you know? Going back and forth, that really fucks up some kids. Definitely not me, surely. I genuinely think if I had been moving back and forth my entire childhood, I would be in a much worse state than I am now, just because I'm very genetically predisposed to a lot of mental health issues, and I've struggled with a lot of stuff since, you know, for more than half my life. I had like really bad like depression, anxiety, ADHD symptoms even as like a kid. And I think that if I was moving around all the time, I would have like I don't think I would have been nearly as good or, you know, well adjusted. Nearly as good. I meant like good at like school. Stuff like that. Cuz when you have a stable, when you know where you're coming home to every night and you know that you're going to be there for a while, you don't have to worry about that, then you can focus on other things like school and making friends and stuff like that. I had my stepsister, actually, she moved schools a lot as a kid, and like she was moving like basically every year since she met my family when she was like 10, and it's very clear like the difference between me and my siblings and her, just because she never knew stability. Like she didn't know any kind of stability. And it's just like it's really sad. I think that you should have to pass an aptitude test and probably like write up a 5-year plan if you're gonna have kids, you know? Which obviously that can't happen, but in a perfect world, that's what my lesbian brain thinks.
I would kill them again. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh wow. Oh, these people really tried.
Thomas Ogden was a beautiful person, and he was my friend, and what happened was an accident, and I would give anything to have him back.
Oh my god, he seems so distraught.
My name's Forrest, and I accidentally shot and killed my best friend when I was 23 years old. I felt like a shattered person most of my life, and there are still shards missing, but I just spent the last 5 years writing a very painful memoir.
You can tell it's painful to like years later for him. That is so tragic.
To visit a lot of past trauma. I feel in a strong space to be a support for other survivors and create positivity in the world.
All my killing has been in the time of war, so I agree with what I've done. Would I do it again? I would, because
that makes
if I didn't kill that individual, they would have killed me or somebody else. I was a sniper, so I'm looking after a platoon of 20, 30 guys, sometimes as small as 6 guys.
Yeah, that's tough.
But I don't like strongly.
One of the earliest lessons I learned as a kid, I can like remember having like a conversation with my dad, was he was talking about his time in the military, and I asked him, I was like really young, and I was like, I don't think I quite grasped what killing was yet, and like what death was. I was easily probably like 5 years old. And I asked my dad if he ever killed somebody, and he literally didn't say anything. He just gave me a look, and I've never asked him again. I have no idea. But, note to self, guys. Don't ask people in the military if they killed anybody. Especially if you're 5 years old. I don't know. Any 5-year-olds in chat, don't say that or you're gonna get banned by Twitch. I'm not even joking.
The first
don't say
person
that.
I killed, I was 18. And I didn't stop until I was almost 25. So I don't regret any of it. I don't have any bad feelings towards those individuals that I did kill. They were just protecting their
Yeah,
home
you can't hold
as
on to
much as
that.
I
That's your
would too,
job,
so
you know?
I
If
would
you
do
don't do
again
it, somebody else is gonna have
my
to do
life
it.
or somebody else's life.
I work in healthcare. What I do is I manage life support. So I'm the guy that pulls the plug on just about everybody. So I come from a very different perspective. I have to do that for babies all the way to like
sucks.
people at the end of their lives.
But no, speaking of my parents, my mom is a nurse, and I don't know that, because the way he's saying it is that he killed somebody. I wouldn't necessarily agree with that. I think if you work in healthcare, even if there's like an accident that killed somebody, they were in the hospital for a reason. and I don't think you can put the blame on yourself unless I don't know his story, so maybe he really did like kill somebody. But no, like I really I admire my parents for all this shit that they've seen. My mom literally is like traumatized from working in a hospital, but she loves it. She fucking loves her job. I can't imagine. I'm like, I'm gonna sit at home and draw pretty pictures.
For a dozen years now, so I'm like, okay, I've come to terms with what the job is.
A dozen years now. He looks so
the
young.
crime and how it happened, it was not, I didn't go out to kill this person. And now understanding the impact that the crime had, not only on me, but the family of that person. That was a human being that I killed over some drugs, right? And his children, his family is living still in the absence of this person. It was December the 24th, Christmas Eve night. I remember me and a couple of my friends were hanging out. This particular car came up, and the passenger in the car said, hey, I want to buy some drugs from you. So I told one of my friends, I'm like, he's known to be this person that will come through the community and ask for $100 worth of drugs, but he would never have the money. And the guy did exactly what I said. He knocked the drugs out of my friend's hand, grabbed his arm, and started speeding off. And my reaction at that time was I pulled out the gun and I started shooting into the car to get him to release my friend. And days later, we heard that the bullet that I shot into the car actually killed him. To that day, I will never forget December the 24th.
That is so unlucky, but it's unfortunately a lesson that he probably needed to learn. Because if he didn't kill somebody then, he probably would have killed somebody eventually.
Before Christmas.
If he was that trigger happy with it, just decided to shoot at a car.
Over again, because the guy was a serial perpetrator. He was after so many women. If he killed me, he would have went after my mom, all my family, my nieces, my nephews, every one of us, until he literally got what he wanted. I'm Tara Newell. I killed my attacker, Dirty John Meehan, in self-defense. I think it was really interesting how there was one person here who had experienced prison reform, because to me, my attacker would have been in there if I hadn't killed him in self-defense. And it's really interesting to hear about how there are people in there who are able to rehabilitate.
I immediately regretted it. 3, 2, 1.
These are some dark ass questions. I understand this is like a dark episode, but wow.
Why do I strongly disagree?
Yeah.
Like I said, I was a young kid. I was 18. The first guy I killed was with a 50 cal like machine gun. I was expecting it to be like the movies where you have this like feeling of when you kill someone, and it wasn't there. I didn't really feel anything. It wasn't until like that night I had this weird dream. The guy who I shot became a ceiling fan in my room. His arms and legs were the blades.
Yeah,
His head
I've
was the
heard
center
that
of the fan,
from,
and I watched him spin faster and faster until he tore apart.
I watch YouTube videos and
covered
stuff
me in
about
what he used
people's
to be, what was left of
experiences.
him. But no, I didn't feel anything. There was nothing like to feel.
That's
I
gotta
knew
be
that
like
was
so
the
traumatizing.
beginning of something that I was probably going to have to do for a while.
They train you to not feel
No
anything, you know?
attachment at the time.
I can agree with you on that. I mean, identify with that, because my first couple of years inside of prison, I detached from it completely. When people would mention his name, I would like, don't see him as a human being. And that was very insensitive when I look back at it now, right? But I look and say that that was a way of me coping with the situation at that time.
I did immediately regret it in a sense, where I called my mom and I apologized to her and I said, I'm so sorry, I think I killed your husband. So there was that, but then there was also the sense of like, oh my gosh, I don't have to keep looking over my shoulders anymore. I don't have to live in this fear that he's gonna actually come after me, because it already happened.
I want to know the story.
Sometimes family members don't agree with
Hers
the
is
decision.
very interesting.
And that decision is sometimes taken away from them. Being called every name in the book as I'm walking in there. But if they just don't agree, and then I'm like, I just have to go do this now, you know? But it doesn't feel good, or like, I'm not necessarily...
No, my mom is literally haunted by that shit. I've heard her like talking on the phone to like her friend and stuff like that about like how dead bodies are, and how like sometimes you have to be like in a room alone with someone who just died, and they like will make sounds, and like the rigor mortis or whatever, wait, what is it? Rigor mortis. I mix it up with the Drag Race meme. But like the gases have to escape their body, so they'll like move or like make sounds. And it's like I could never.
I'm like, I disagree. Yeah.
The level of heartbreak that I felt immediately after that gunshot was indescribable.
That's so awful. He's so strong.
I don't know if any of you have saw Red before, but I actually saw Red. And it was the most horrific thing I've ever seen, experienced, witnessed, felt in my life. I got charged with first-degree murder that night, and I was looking at doing 35 to life here in California. I couldn't even process that. There was just so much a combination of horror and
Like
grief.
that's your entire life gets like flipped on a dime. That's crazy.
I am desensitized to death. 3, 2, 1, go.
Somewhat agree. Why is that?
Yeah, why is that?
I do a lot of volunteer
That's like
work.
the opposite of what I thought it was gonna be. I thought that the people that are like the guy from the military and the hospital guy would be a little bit more desensitized to it. But I mean, everyone has a different personality, you know?
And the amount of people who are dying from drug overdoses and suicides right now in the arena of trauma, it's becoming difficult for me to feel anything anymore with the amount of people that we're losing that we don't have to.
For me, it was almost like playing God, you know? I determined the time, place, when I'm gonna take that person off this planet. And it put things into perspective for me too, that I could be going at any certain time. Like when you have to pull it, you know, you don't know when that card is gonna be pulled. So I've learned to value it more and know that it's very fragile, very frail. And to not feel anything towards killing someone would probably be more devastating to me than actually taking the life, is not feeling.
Hold on, I need to clarify something.
Yeah.
I just want to be very clear that being desensitized in no way means that I don't value life.
Oh, yeah.
It's just difficult to feel the mourning over and over again.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like I agree with you. Like there will be certain stories that I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened. But if someone just tells me like, oh, that person died of a heart attack, I'm just like, oh, okay. Like it just like there's no traumatic incident with that. So I'm like, my brain just disassociates and it's like, okay, oh, they died naturally, so.
And from where I come from, like I get to know a lot of these people. If I don't get to know them, I get to know their family members like very intimately.
Oh,
it's not
yeah,
immediate, like, oh,
that's tragic.
they're coming in and they're gonna go. No, it's like weeks, months. I've had somebody like their 5-year-old son, and he was in the room, and I'm like, I gotta take your mom away now. And it's like after that, I'm like, oh my God, I'll go call my mom or I'll go call my dad. It's like it's really heavy, but I feel like you said, like a sense of maximization of like. I don't know when my number is going to be called, because even if I'm working in the emergency room, we've worked on somebody for 2 hours and they're like, we really can't do anything anymore. And I'm like, just like that, gone. I remember this one patient, it was very much like nobody was there. They just found him on the street. He didn't even have a wallet. He was clinically dead, brain-wise, so we couldn't really do anything anymore. Me, the nurse, and the doctor just stayed in that room until his heart rate left, because we didn't want to see him leave by himself. That was one of the most
so sad.
What's it called? Sobering moments too. It's like
this episode's so sad. Visitor, why did you suggest this? This makes me sad.
Strangers around me, you know, seeing me off.
I think for me as a teenager, selling drugs, just hanging in the streets, just living a lifestyle that I didn't care if I killed someone. I was very desensitized. I didn't care. I didn't feel no remorse for it. And this is part of my own personal development. I needed to find a way to attach to that. So I started doing this hospice training inside of one of the prisons. And by listening to these individuals tell their story and the regrets that they were living with in their process of transitioning, it gave me a sense of a value of life now, you know, and it shifted my mindset as this teenager who was very callous towards life at that time.
I've taken care of people, they're being on life support. They'll hang on for like a very long time till one specific person sometimes just visits them. And then I'm like, I can't explain that. I could take them off and their heart rate will keep going and going and going.
One of the guys I was working with in the prison, he wanted to see his
That
sister.
would be cool, not
This
sad.
dude
This
held
is sad.
on until like his sister walked into the room and he was like not consciously, but like she spoke to him and she started like talking to him and you started seeing him move, and then soon as she was like, I'm leaving, and like within minutes this guy like transitioned.
Yeah, with my situation, I made him brain dead, and so he was in the hospital. And then when they pulled the plug on him, my mom literally had to tell him it's okay to go now, and then he left.
Wow.
Some weird things about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're more than just our brain, right?
We're spirits living in flesh, man. That's all.
I am also a victim. 3, 2,
This
1,
video is so long,
go.
but I don't want to click on. I'm sorry, this video is so loud. Oh, I shouldn't have screamed. It's like 1 in the morning. This video is so long. I didn't want to be disrespectful, but it's really sad. I'm watching things fine. Okay. We're gonna keep doing this tomorrow, but I'm gonna watch one last video. We'll do the Shia LaBeouf one tomorrow. Let's do the Model Scout, because that one looks fun. Model Scout decides who's most attractive. Get out of here. No. No. Oh my god, I'm trying to just refresh. I'm actually going to kill somebody. In Minecraft. Okay, I can watch them, tomorrow. I'll be live tomorrow.
You've got some
Okay,
good
here we go.
features, your facial hair, your big broad shoulders. Listen, is he going to be doing high fashion? No. Is he
Damn.
going to be in a ad when you walk into Home Depot and he's the guy who's loading up the big truck? Absolutely.
Veteran Model Scout. How do you get that title?
Tell me what you're doing here today.
Today, I'm going to determine who's going to be marketable for modeling in
Oh
the fashion
wow,
industry.
look at his Louis Vuitton belt. Mr. Big Guy over here.
How do you measure someone's attractiveness?
I've been scouting models for several
He's gotta work on
decades
his
now.
mewing.
I'm going to be looking at height first, size second. Not are they good looking. Everybody's good looking in their own way. I'm just here to determine.
Ew. Everyone's good looking in their own way. What was that little fucking sly ass smirk that he did?
Everybody's good looking in their own way.
Yeah, sleazy. He reminds me of Shane Dawson, just like cleaned up a little bit, you know? Oh, fancy pants, Rich McGee over
I'm just here
here.
to determine whether or not somebody can make money doing it.
How much would you say that differs from how you find people attractive?
Night and day. I definitely have my own specific type of what I find
I like ugly people. I scout attractive people, night and day.
attractive. That doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to work within the fashion and beauty industry.
All right, go ahead and bring the first person in.
He's
Get over there
uncanny.
and
His
hit your
eyes
mark.
scare me.
Give us a spin. Nobody comes out wearing that outfit and isn't trying to show off.
Okay, she's
and make
wearing
sure
the
that
Ariana
everybody sees
Grande,
her.
Sasha
How long
Colby
did it take you to do
ponytail.
that hair?
5 minutes.
And the makeup?
20.
Have you ever had any plastic surgery done?
Yes.
I'm no stranger to Botox either, so great.
We love Botox.
Would I find you attractive? Yes. Well put together, polished, clean, slick, looks like she's in charge. Probably a good solid 8. Yeah, I think you're beautiful,
Thank you.
especially when you smile. I might change that lipstick color to a little bit more of a natural, but other than that, she's
Okay,
golden.
okay, buddy. Nobody asked that. Nobody asked your opinion.
Tell me all about you.
I'm 37, I'm single. Currently I'm a bartender, but I have like an extensive
like his
IT
shoes. They're
background.
very shiny.
I like football, I like beer.
All of these things.
Man who likes football and beer. Mind is #blown.
I probably would have guessed just by taking a look at him. I would put him at a 5. With a little bit of work, he might be able to get some background work. You've got some good features, your facial hair, your big broad shoulders. Listen, is he going to be doing high fashion? No. Is he going to be in a
He's like, that's
ad when
fair.
you walk into Home Depot and he's the guy who's loading up the big truck? Absolutely. Does that make you feel good, bad? How do you feel?
I think he doesn't care.
At this age now, I'm very comfortable in my own skin and kind of who I am.
Good for him.
Typically, people who are very comfortable with themselves do great in the fashion industry because they can go right up and just be themselves.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely.
How's it going?
That's a yes. That works. Have you ever walked on a runway?
No.
Now's a
Really?
good
I
time
thought
to
he was.
start.
I thought I was gonna
Ready?
be like,
Go.
oh, this dude's just a model.
Excellent.
Shit.
Shoulders back.
Okay, he about to
That's
get
fashion.
scouted after this.
Have you ever worked in the fashion industry?
Nope.
Never even tried?
Not really.
That height, that size, the muscle tone, broad shoulders, small waist, long legs, everything is pretty much symmetrical. I wouldn't really lose any weight. Yeah, I'd give him a 10. Absolutely. Somebody would book him. Hi there.
Hi.
How old are you?
26.
What's your name?
We got a short king.
You do have a great face. Those big, giant brown eyes. I like that you got the scruff going
I think he
on.
could do like,
I would say-
listen, because I'm also a professional scout model, definitely myself. Okay, I think he could do good like photo shoots. Like I don't think he's gonna be walking at like Paris Fashion Week, but I think he would be great to see at like in the Target men's section on those big display things. Yeah. I think he'd look great there.
Say if you were going to get into this industry, you would need to grow a little bit taller.
Nah, he's fine.
Especially with the hair, it's a little bit on the severe
Get this
side.
guy
So I
in
would say
Target.
Just because of the height, bookability, market factor.
Target, he'll hit him up.
What about appearance-wise?
Appearance-wise, with that smile, that energetic laugh, and just the magnetism, yeah.
You know
don't
what? He would be in Old Navy commercials. He would definitely be in Old Navy commercials. For sure.
You're a magnet. I'm sure you get some. Single, married?
Single.
Not for long. You'll be fine. You'll be great.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hi. What's your name?
I'm Joanna.
She's very short.
Have you ever tried to get into this industry?
I have not. No.
In this industry, because of your height, that's going to be the first thing that's going to take you down. But the size is great. Measurements look good. You're petite. We don't say short. She's fun-sized.
You already
I think
said
if
short,
you were going
dog.
to get into modeling, sure. Change up the hair color. Can I see you without the eyeglasses? Excellent. If I was going to rate her based on whether or not she would get booked in this industry, it's going to be on the lower side. Yeah, I'd probably put you at around a 4 on
Projecting
marketability
what?
for getting booked on jobs. Do I think she's adorable and pretty and has a great smile? Yeah. When she smiles, you definitely light up the room. You seem like you're the girl that goes, I like green hair. I'm going to have it whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Hi. She's one of those girls that when she walks into a room with a big old smile, you automatically will like them. Not sure
I like
about
her
the
vibes.
Harajuku hair, but other than
Short.
that, she's got a good little look to her.
I have come to
Go
terms
ahead
with the fact that
and
I'm
take
short.
off the scarf
Thank
if you
very
could.
much.
And can you remove your glasses?
Yes.
Pull your hair back so I can see your face shape. You did teen modeling when you were younger, I'm sure.
I did audition for a commercial, and they told me my fingers were too chubby. They saw me at a mall, and I just
They said
bought a
your
white
fingers were
shirt and
chubby?
showed up.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Anybody who's ever out there at a mall and somebody jumps out of a bush and says, oh, be in my ad, run real fast. If I had to go on a number of bookability, I'd go with about a 6 or 7. I think there's certainly work out there that you could do. I don't know that it would be in high fashion, but commercial fashion for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
It's nice meeting you.
See, if I went there and he said like I had barely any chance, I would still go. I would go out and prove him wrong. That's me projecting. I have 0 chance. I'm 5'2".
Hi there. If he came into the agency on a scouting day, chances are I would select him. This is a guy that you would see in a Calvin Klein fashion show, walking down the
Oh, yeah, for
runway,
sure, I
in nothing
think.
more than just a Speedo.
She got
Let's
glizzy
take a look
fingers.
and see how your walk is, and then we can determine whether or not maybe a runway might be a good thing for you. Can you smile?
Oh.
A lot of work to do on him for
Yeah.
a runway. I mean, listen, if we lost the pajama pants and the extra large jacket on him, he could absolutely go out to clients with a good haircut. I would probably give him a 9 right now.
Damn!
You easily could work in this industry with the right photographer, the right styling, the right hair and makeup. Yeah, absolutely.
5'2"
Yeah.
is
You got it.
perfectly average.
You too.
Just like 2 inches
I'm gonna
below
scout him later.
average.
I'm signing him on. You're gonna be an easy one because you're already adorable. High cheekbones, nice, good skin. Smile for me. Yeah.
Aw,
great
she's so
teeth.
pretty.
You're definitely curvy in the hips measurement. Okay. Can you go ahead and spin around for me? Some people have those curves and they're not quite sure what to do with them. Okay. If I was going to get you into modeling, I would say let's take out the piercing, go for the big curls, keep everything
I
great
definitely
on the
couldn't.
face.
I've got
Don't mind
piercings
the
everywhere.
scar. Everything can be taken care of through Photoshop. But you want a number of what's marketable, I'd easily just say 5. It's not too high, it's not
This
too low.
guy's giving me a little bit, I don't know if this is presumptuous to say it, but as someone with ADHD, he's giving me a little bit neurodivergent. I understand that that's his industry, but he's a little bit, I think, too honest. Am I being weird right now? I don't know.
You would definitely be able to work in the petite market in a certain city, but no piercing.
Any final thoughts? Anything you'd like to say?
Modeling is always evolving. Modeling is always changing. It's been in this evolving process for about the last 20
Why is he
30
standing
years,
like that?
And it's finally get.
My dude pose is nasty. Hold on. I've been quoting this all night. Hold on. My bitch pose is nasty. I need to show you guys this.
My bitch pose is nasty. Don't ever play with the K. That elbow. That motherfucking finger, that hand.
That's what I've been quoting all night. My bitch pose is nasty. And you gotta put like your little thumb in your mouth like, ee. Ugh, I wanna watch. It's 1 a.m. I'll go to bed. I slept all day because I went to bed late last night. But yeah, I'll be live tomorrow too. So if you want me to watch anything, I can't promise I'll watch everything, but probably some of it at least. I'm not sure what time we'll be live tomorrow. Probably in the middle of the day. If I finish packing. If I start packing. Anyways. Thanks for being here, guys. Wow, it's 1 a.m., which means my last day of streaming is officially tomorrow. So I'll see you guys later today, I guess. Bye!